I'm trapped in an elevator, and that thing is still out there. Case file 098678. The following was found in a small leather-bound notebook stored in an old elevator during renovations of an abandoned building. The company mentioned and the individual who seemingly wrote this note is not in any known database. Furthermore, any records of this building being previously occupied have been destroyed. The note reads as followed. How hard could it be? It's just simple guard duty. I never thought in my wildest dreams that this is how it would end. No one is answering my calls on the radio, and I'm out of options. I always imagined myself going out in a blaze of glory, maybe sacrificing myself to save a small child or something. If you told me I'd be facing my death cowering inside an old elevator, well, I wouldn't have taken this job in the first place. How could I have known? Were the signs pointing to this being a life-threatening task? How was I supposed to know what exactly I'd be dealing with here, or the true intentions of my new employer? I can hear it. It's pacing back and forth, and it occasionally slams its massive hand against the steel doors. Luckily for me, they're staying shut. It's been difficult to find work lately, even with my amount of experience. This is why when I found the ad while scrolling through Indeed, I immediately jumped on it. Looking for an overnight security guard for abandoned office building. No experience necessary. Cash paid nightly. All you have to do is patrol an abandoned office building, maybe deal with some kids trying to break in for a private party or the occasional bum looking for a place to crash. Sounds great, right? I thought the same thing. Now I'm sitting in the corner of this elevator, starving, dying of thirst, terrified, writing this note and praying for a miracle. I would give anything to rewind to just a few hours ago. The man I met with seemed nice enough. He said his name was James. We met at the front entrance of the building. He handed me the keys and my pay for the night. Alright man, all we need you to do for us is patrol all the floors, check the main entrances every hour to ensure they're still locked, radio with me if there's any sign of trouble. James said in a calm and a laid-back tone. Not a problem, sir. Is there anything specific I should be looking out for? I responded. Nothing specific, no. We had a break-in a few months ago, just some kids, nothing major. We're moving our offices across town and just want to make sure the building is secure during the moving process. James spoke with a certain nonchalant attitude as if he had this conversation millions of times before. Little did I know he very well may have. I set off to begin my rounds. The building is nothing special. It has 10 floors all connected with an old elevator. My task was simple enough. I went floor by floor, checking all of the rooms to make sure no one was hiding behind the plastic-covered furniture. It seemed like such a nice older building. I wondered why they were moving. Before I knew it, the clock struck midnight, and I decided to sit down for a coffee break. James called me over the radio to ask for a status update. Everything is good over here, sir. No sign of activity at all. I replied quickly so I could get back to my coffee. Glad to hear it. Now you're certain the main doors are locked tight? James asked. Yes, sir. I checked them about half an hour ago, I replied. That's great. Would you mind checking them for me again? Just to be safe. The main doors must be locked for the rest of the night. He asked me with what I now realise was a slightly concerned tone. No problem, sir. I'll check them right now, I replied as I hustled to the front doors. The doors are locked up tight, sir. I spoke with a sense of pride. I wanted to make sure I was doing a good job. Great. Thanks, man. Enjoy the rest of your coffee, he responded, following a sound of slight static. I went back to my makeshift break area when it hit me. How did he know I was drinking a coffee? I began to feel a sense of being watched. Maybe they had cameras installed and he was checking to see if I was doing my job. Boy, was I ever wrong. With a sense of panic, I chugged the rest of my coffee and jumped in the elevator to start my rounds again, all the while wondering why at exactly midnight he was so concerned about the doors being locked. I stepped off the elevator on the top floor when I heard it. A sound, unlike anything I ever heard in my life. It was like something out of my worst nightmare. The kind of cry a demon might make. It sent chills down my spine and I froze. Against my better judgment, I searched the whole floor but found nothing. What the hell did I just hear, and where did it come from? I entered the elevator and paused for a moment before pressing the button to the next floor. As the doors were shutting, I heard it again, a horrible demon-like cry. 1 second after the doors shut tight, there was an ungodly loud bang that shook the whole elevator as it descended. I fell over with the impact and braced myself. I thought for certain the elevator cable was about to snap once it reached the next floor. I jumped out of the door, looking back expecting the elevator to plummet, but it never did. What just happened? I took the radio in my hand. "Excuse me, sir, are you there?" There was no answer. "James, are you there? Something very strange just happened." Still no answer. I'll continue my rounds, but I think the elevator may need servicing." I thought that the noises I heard were all in my head and that the elevator was malfunctioning. If only I could go back, I'll tell myself to head for the front door right then and there. Not that it really would have made a difference at that point. They were locked up tight after all. I went through the next floor with no issues. I thought it was all in my head. I wish it was all in my head. I reluctantly entered the elevator to continue to the next floor. This would be my last moment of peace. I started patrolling the floor, all while still feeling as if I was being watched. I tried to radio James again, with no luck. I turned down the last hallway while looking at my phone trying to get a signal. When I looked up, I was met with the glare of the horrifying beast that now stood before me. It let out a horrifying demon-like cry, the one I'd heard before, and I was frozen in fear. It slowly started walking towards me. It walked like an oversized gorilla, with massive hands, a long body, black, greasy fur, and long, sharp teeth that were covered in blood. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen before, even in my darkest nightmares. It was about 10 feet away from me when I finally regained my composure and I ran. I ran faster than I ever had before. It charged and went through the wall behind where I was frozen. I pressed the call button as the beast regained its composure and charged again. The doors opened, I threw myself in and they closed at the last possible second. The beast banged its massive hands against the doors as the elevator descended. I immediately pressed the emergency stop. I was certain that thing would be waiting for me on the next floor. I tried my radio again. "James, are you there? James, this is an emergency. Something is in here with me. I need help!" I yelled in a panic. I was met with nothing but silence. I stood terrified for about an hour before I decided to try and get out. I had no way of defending myself. My only hope was getting to the front door. I had to try. I pushed the button as the elevator slowly descended. I felt a slam against the door, every other floor, until the bottom. The beast was following me, and I'm not sure how. The doors opened and I saw the exit. I just need to reach it. I just need to unlock the door and I can run. I can escape this ungodly creature. I can do this. I ran over to the door as I heard the beast let out a cry. I turned my head to see it preparing to charge. How the hell did it get down here? There's no other way down except for the elevator. The beast charged as I fidgeted with my keys. It was coming. I need to hurry. I found the key. As I unlocked the doors, I made a horrifying discovery. They were padlocked on the outside. I stood for only a second, horrified, dumbfounded, and betrayed. What is going on? Why is the door locked from the outside too? What the hell is going on? I leaped out of the way of the beast as it smashed into the doors. I thought for sure it would break through them, but it made little more than a dent. I ran back and jumped in the elevator as I heard the sound of static from my radio. The doors shut as the beast glared at me, letting out an even louder cry. I grabbed my radio. "James, for the love of God, please answer me. What the hell is going on?" I received no reply. Now here I am, sitting in this elevator. I have no idea how long it's been. Every attempt I make to leave, I'm greeted by the glare of the beast. It's waiting, stalking, and preparing. I think it knows I'm eventually going to give up. I think it's aware I know my fate is sealed. I just don't think I want to accept it. But why prolong the inevitable? I think I'm ready to. Wait, my radio just went off. "Hello? Is anyone there? Please, I need help. I need help now!" The voice on the other end is distinctly James. I'm surprised to see you've lasted this long. Most people don't last more than a few hours, he said with a joking tone. James, what the hell is going on here? Why is there a padlock on the only exit? Why haven't you responded to me? What the fuck is that thing? I yelled as I fell to the floor. You should be grateful, he spat in a condescending tone. Before your life had no real meaning, you had no future, constantly going from job to job. Now you're responsible for saving countless lives. A sacrifice such as yours is to be commended with the greatest honour. You're a hero. He spoke with such vindication. You tricked me and left me for dead. There is no honour in this, James, I responded in protest. Come now, you simply must understand. Until we can learn to control the beast, we must give up the lives of a few to save the lives of the many. The beast only tries to escape when it's hungry. We must keep it fed, he replied. James, you're saying this has happened to people other than myself? Of course. The beast has been in our care for many years. Hundreds of people have given their lives to the cause. There is no alternative until we can control the beast. This is the only way. Do what is right. Do what is right. Forgo your selfishness and your fears. Give your life to the beast so that others may continue living. Become a hero. Give your blood for the world. I'll be watching and will be with you until the end. Goodbye, hero, and thank you for your sacrifice. The line goes dead as James finishes his speech. I guess that answers that. I have no way of escaping. I have no way out. I guess I'll die of starvation soon enough, or maybe I go out in my blaze of glory. I willingly sacrifice myself to keep the beast satiated, so it does not escape and wreak havoc on the world. I don't have to make it easy for it. I'll make it chase me and fight. I'm not going to die cowering in an elevator. I'm going to die with dignity. I'm putting this note in the emergency phone panel. I hope someday it will be found. The world must know what goes on here. Something must be done. I leave you with this. Always use caution if something seems too good to be true. There's a chance there may be something sinister lying in wait for you. I'm opening the doors now. How hard could it be? It's just my life in the place of many.